Hi guys and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to list my hopes for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, aka the Sinnoh remix, in a similar way I did for Pokemon Legends Arceus last week. So if you didn't see that video, check it out after you finish this one. And these hopes aren't going to be in any particular order, just the way I thought them of. And there's actually going to be 9 of them. The reason it's 9 and not 10 is because I couldn't think of the 10th one. And I didn't just want to put something just to make it 10. And last week I really dragged out the intro, so this time let's just get into it. Number 1. A different story. Our previous remakes, especially Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, changed the story from the original games they were remaking. A lot of them actually fuse the story of the original game plus the third version. So Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire fuse Pokemon Omega Ruby, Pokemon Sapphire and Pokemon Emerald. And I hope they do something similar in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I hope they add story elements from Pokemon Platinum, but I also hope they add something completely new, similar to how Auras added the Delta episode. So maybe we could have an episode revolving around Giratina and some mythical from Gen 4. It probably can be Arceus because he's going to be the main Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus. So maybe Darkrai or Manaphy or Shaymin. Number 2. A good array of Pokemon. In the original Diamond and Pearl games, there were only 2 Fire-type evolution lines, so if you didn't choose Chimchar as your starter, the only Fire-type Pokemon you could use on your team were Ponyta and Rapidash. And even though Magmortar was a Gen 4 Pokemon, it wasn't part of the Diamond and Pearl Pokédex, so you could only get it after you get the National Dex in the post-game. And that also applied to many other Gen 4 evolutions to previous Pokemon, including Porygon Z. But in the trailer, we see a trainer using a Porygon Z. So we know we're going to at least get the Platinum Pokédex, but I hope we can get even better. I hope we get Pokemon that didn't appear at all in any of the previous Sinnoh games. So maybe even Pokemon from the generations after Gen 4. And number 3. New areas. A big appeal of Pokemon is exploring parts of the Pokemon world with your Pokemon. It would kinda suck if you already knew all the areas before you even came into them. So I hope they add at least a few completely new areas. But if they don't, I hope that they at least renew a lot of the previous areas. And don't just upgrade the graphics and make them one-to-one from the previous games. For example, one area I think they will completely rework is Amity Square. That's the only place in the Sinnoh games your Pokemon can actually follow you around. And that's basically the only purpose for Amity Square. And of course they aren't going to add following Pokemon just for that one specific area. So I think they will completely rework that into a completely new area. And that's, I think, reworking Amity Square is at least a minimum. So we get at least one somewhat new area. Number 4. Improving the graphics. I don't actually care that much about the graphics, but I'm just so sick and tired of people complaining about them. I want them to be good just so I don't have to see people complaining about them on Twitter. I know chibi graphics are here to stay, but I still think they could improve them. For example, the overall model's fingers are way too long, so I think we could make them shorter. And that wouldn't be that much work for Game Freak. Well, actually not Game Freak, Ilka is working on this game. I'm just so used to saying Game Freak. And I also think the bottom models have a lot of improvement that could be done on them. For example, Barry's hair is so similar cover to his face, it's kinda hard to make a difference. So I think maybe we could outline his hair. In general, I'll outline the battle models. But again, I don't care that much. I just don't want to see people complaining. It's so annoying. Number 5. Mega Evolution. This one is basically confirmed, because Mega Charizard X and Mega Lucario are confirmed to be part of the promotion for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, but it's still not 100% confirmed. But that's not the only reason I put it on this list. I also put it on this list because I want to say that I really hope they implement it well. I think in Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, don't hold me on this because I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure the only trainer during the main story that uses a Mega Evolution in a battle against you is your rival, and none of the others. And I hope in this game, at least your rival, of course, Barry, but also all of the 4 Elite 4 members, plus the champion, and maybe even the 8th and 7th gym leader actually use Mega Evolution. Because if only one person you battle against has a Mega Evolution, and you get it when you're almost finished with the game, is Mega Evolution really there? Like, because it feels like it's almost not even in the game. Number 6. New Pokemon forms. After Pokemon Crystal, every single mainline Pokemon game introduced at least one new Pokemon form, if you count Spike-Eared Pichu in Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And I hope they don't break that streak in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. But I'm pretty sure they're not, because they still haven't shown us the cover of the games. So I think it's very highly likely they're going to give us new forms for the Dialga and Palkia. Maybe even primal reversions or something very similar to that. I also think it's somewhat likely that they're going to give us new Mega Evolutions, because it's already basically confirmed we're going to get Mega Evolutions in this game. And there's not a lot of Gen 4 Mega Evolutions, so I think that's highly likely. I also saw some people talking about like Sinonian forms for later generations Pokemon, and even though that would be absolutely amazing, I don't think that's very likely. Number 7. I hope the game is still challenging. Last year I played through Platinum for the first time, and it was really hard. I actually had to spend a lot of time grinding. And I didn't really enjoy the grind, so I hope in this game you don't actually have to spend a lot of time grinding. But I also hope they don't make it as easy as they made Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. I think Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon was the perfect amount of challenging. I never actually had to spend hours grinding, but I also couldn't one-shot every Pokemon. So I hope they make it like that. And they could also make Cynthia like the really challenging final boss, similar to how they made Ultra Necrozma in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. Number 8. A replacement for HMs. I never really liked HMs, because they force you to do one of these 3 things. You either have to use only 5 Pokemon in your team, so you can carry your HM around with you, or you have to sacrifice moonslots on your party Pokemon, so you don't have to have a HM slave. But if you don't want to do either of these things, every time you're in a route and you capture a place where you have to use a HM, you have to travel back to the Pokemon Center, replace one of your party Pokemon with a HM slave in a PC, and then go back through the whole route. And all of these strings are really annoying. I don't want to do any of these. The way I see they could replace HM is either they could add the right Pokemon, similar to how they did in the Alola games, or they could add them more like teachable skills, similar to how they did in the Let's Go games. So for example, if you want to use Cut, you have to have a Pokemon that is reasonably able to catch a tree, but you don't actually have to sacrifice a moonslot to do it. I think that's the more interesting way to do. Number 9. A connection to Legends Arceus. This is probably the only hope on this list that I consider unreasonable and very unlikely to happen, but it would be really cool if it did. On your uniform in Pokemon Legends Arceus, there is a logo that is quite similar to the Team Galactic logo. So I've seen a lot of people theorizing that at the end of Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, Cyrus will travel back through time and end up in the era of Pokemon Legends Arceus. So he'll be the one to give you a starter Pokemon and send you out on your adventure as part of some of his evil plot. And I think that would be really cool, like very unlikely, but it would be extremely cool if it actually happened. And that's the list. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe you can consider liking it, or maybe even subscribing and ring the bell button so you get notified whenever I upload again. Also leave me a comment telling me what are your hopes for Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, and also which of the upcoming Pokemon games are you most excited for. If you'd ask me that question, it would definitely be Pokemon Legends Arceus, but I'm very interested to hear what are your opinions on that. And I think that's all I had to say, so bye!